Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, depending on what time you are seeing this really exciting update. It's an update on Pokemon Go. I am really excited to be bringing this emergency update. It's an emergency update. Niantic have actually added something to the game that makes it worth playing again. Yay! Okay, so you're not going to get Mewtwo popping up in front of you when you're on the toilet. No, they've not added the legendary Pokemon in. Not yet anyway. And they've not added that nice tracking thing in yet either, which would be really lovely. Come on, Niantic. Come on, game. Let's get it there. We want to be able to track our Pokemon down like proper trackers. Please, get a wriggle on for that. But they have added the buddy system. Yes, we have got the buddy system update available to us now, and I haven't looked at it yet, and I'm very excited. So let's go and open the Pokemon Go app for the first time since this update, and we'll see what happens. So here we go. We're opening the Pokemon Go app. There is the Niantic screen. What's going to happen? Very excitingly, it's thinking about loading, and we're loading it up. Yep, remember to stay alert. I'm going to try and remember to stay alert. So the question is, oh, I've got a magic card close by to me. The question is, do we have the buddy system? Let's look at my figure. Now, you'll notice that we have got a higher level than the last episode that you've just seen at the earlier this week. That's because I've got a number of exciting episodes coming to you over the next few weeks. I've got a really great episode that's going to tell you how to accelerate your progress and level up hugely quickly, and hope you're going to really enjoy that one. And we've also got an episode that's going to give you some amazing egg openings, a 9x 5k egg opening episodes coming to you in the next couple of weeks, and we've got some awesome Pokemon evolutions, so that's to come. I've already recorded it, so as a result I'm nearly level 23. Shh, don't tell anyone, because when you look at an episode next Monday I won't be, all right? But keep that to yourself, don't tell anybody, all right? Thank you. Do we check it? I think we have to. Have we got a buddy? Yes! You can see here we now have 3 options. We've got the buddy option in the middle. I'm going to press it. Right, so we now get to select what Pokemon we want to be our buddy. And you know what? I'm going to be fairly... Hang on, let's just go by number. I'm going to be fairly predictable because everybody wants to be Ash Ketchum, right? So I'm going to look for my Pikachu. Where are you, Pikachu? Where are you, Pikachu? Where are you, Pikachu? Where are you, Pikachu? I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? Right, so here we are. We are about to select our buddy Pokemon for the first time. Now, you can change these. I've read up about what happens with this, and you can change it around at any point. So it's not like you select it and that's it, you're stuck with it forever. But everybody wants to be Ash Ketchum, right? So we're going to go for a Pikachu. So what's happened now? So Avomance and Pikachu. Pikachu is now my buddy. Hello, little man. Right, so I've got to walk 1 kilometre with Pikachu, and that will give me a Pikachu candy for free. It's my favourite price, a Pikachu candy for free. So we're going to get that, and hopefully we can start to evolve up these Pokemon a lot faster. The rare ones, especially if you buddy up with the rare ones, you can evolve them a lot faster by getting your candies in this way. So I'm going to tick that, and now look at me, I got a picture of Pikachu next to me. That is awesome. Right, so there is a legend, and in fact some people who got this update a little bit longer ago, the Americans have had it for longer than the UK, have worked out that if you walk for 10 kilometers or 10 candies with Pikachu, he ceases to be on the floor because he's your mate, and he jumps on your shoulder like a Pikachu parrot. That would be awesome. So hopefully we can make that happen at some point. What I want to do now is I just want to have a look at what costs we have for these various Pokemon, and how far do we have to walk to get our candies. So there's some charts. I'm just going to put the charts up now, and we'll be able to have a look at what Pokemons take what walking, because different Pokemons have a different amount of walking to be able to get your candy, which makes sense, right? Because some are 2k eggs, 5k eggs and 10k eggs. It makes sense for there to be different distances that you've got to walk in order to get your candies, especially for the rarer ones. So let's go and have a look at those charts now. So you can see here, these are the 1 kilometre walks. and they're the fairly standard low-cost Pokemons. There's no massive surprises there, but it's really good to see Pikachu in there. And actually, what's really, really great is the fact that Magikarp is there. Now, I grant you, you've got to have 400 candies to make a Gyarados, so theoretically, you'd have to walk 400 kilometers or something like it to be able to get a Gyarados, but at least it's 1 kilometer. It's in the lowest category, so that is really exciting. Let's move on to the 3 kilometer section. Now, here in the 3 kilometer section, that seems to be where most of the Pokemon are, and that doesn't surprise me because the 5k egg was where most of the Pokemon were, and it's where you can find all of the starter Pokemon, obviously except Pikachu, that's set in 1k. So if you want to evolve up to your Bulbasaur right the way up to Venusaur, then you're going to be walking 3k for each candy. It's a little bit further, and it makes sense that it's a little bit further, but that's all right. That's all right because it's free candy. We couldn't get them before. Now you can start to evolve up some of these more rare Pokemon that we've got there and evolve up much faster, which is absolutely brilliant. So moving on to the 5k section. Right, so all the big boys in this, and interestingly it includes Onyx and Scyther. And given that you can't actually evolve these guys, I do wonder if this is a hint to what might be coming at a later date in terms of evolutions, maybe in the Gen 2 update, which will come, my guess, somewhere probably around Christmas time. And does that mean that we're going to have Steelix? In which case, if we've got evolutions of these guys, does that mean we've also got to get other articles? I think isn't it like a metal coat to be able to evolve Steelix in the game? So maybe you've got to get these things perhaps off of Pokestops to be able to evolve up to the next generations. That's really, really interesting. Also, do note here that the region-specific Pokemon were in the 5k, but Mr. Mime sits in the 10k. Mr. Mime being the European region-specific Pokemon. Why is that, I wonder? That's an interesting one. Are they going to do something with that? Not a clue. Not a clue. And what's really a shame is that Eevee is in here, because I love the evolutions of Eevee. They're really cool. Everybody knows that Vaporeon is an absolutely top-notch evolution. Would have been nice to have been able to knock off those Eevee candies in a lot less distance at 3k, but you know what? I think that's probably why they put it into 5k, to get people out there. And massively non-surprisingly, the Dragonite pathway's there in the 5k section. Lots and lots and lots of walking to create a Dragonite by walking with a Dratini. Not a shocker. And at the bottom there, some speculation that the legendaries are going to be 5k candy Pokemon. Who knows? I don't think that's going to be coming anytime soon, frankly. But wouldn't it be cool for you to have Mewtwo or Mew as your buddy? Awesome. That would be really, really awesome. Let's get back to the game. So as you can see there, I'm still sat with Pikachu, but what I want to do here is I want to show you what it's going to look like to have some of these other Pokemon as my buddy. So let's just select just a few others. So we're going to swap out Pikachu with this little button on the bottom left-hand side. Yeah, we're going to lose our progress. So if you've walked half a kilometre and you swap Pikachu out, you lose that half a kilometre. You don't keep it for your next Pokemon. So we are going to swap that out. And let's have a look at... I don't know, let's have a look at Beedrill. I've always said that Beedrill is a scary Pokemon, so I'm behind you. So let's have Beedrill as our buddy. Tick, yes please. Now that is one big B. That is why I never want to come across a Beedrill in real life, because that is scary as hell. Right, so I'm going to get rid of that fast because I am scared of Beedrill. We're going to swap him out. What should we swap out? Let's swap out with a Growlithe. Let's see what Growlithe looks like. Growlithe is my buddy. Okay, so that's a little bit bigger. He's about the size of a dog, which is what you would have expected Growlithe to be. We like him. Brilliant. So let's do another one. We are going to look at Aerodactyl. Now, I wonder what Aerodactyl looks, because I imagine Aerodactyl is a relatively big Pokemon. What is he going to be? Yeah, so he's pretty big and scary in the background. You wouldn't want to be walking up to a Pokemon trainer with that behind him. You're going to be scared. I like that. Right, swap another one. Right, so Haunter is now my buddy. Oh my God! That is so frightening. Look at the size of him. He's enormous. It's like he's creeping up on you. I'm just gonna get you, Avomance. Yeah, I actually know I'm scared. I need to get away from that. That's horrible. We would like... Oh, look. It's actually at the bottom there. It tells you it's his buddy. It's the last one. Right, so let's have a look at Eevee. I'm going on about Eevee a little while ago. Let's have a look at Eevee. What does Eevee look like as your body? I imagine Eevee's quite small. So let's have a quick look. Eevee is sat on your shoulder like a little Eevee parrot, a bit like a bit like Pikachu is supposed to do when you've done about 10k. But Eevee is straight on there. That is absolutely brilliant. I love that. I guess Ponyta, it's going to be quite big, do you think? Let's have a look at Ponyta. So Ponyta, the horse with its bum and head on fire. What are you going to look like as a buddy? Oh, you're a little Shetland Ponyta. Bless you. Right, so if you get this update, have a play around. Find what Pokemon actually looks the coolest next year. But we all know what everybody wants to do. We want to do a little walk with our little mate. And there he is. We're going back to Pikachu. Pikachu is now our buddy. Yes, it is. We like Pikachu. And I think we're going to stay with him to maybe see if we can get a candy or two in this episode now. Just for fun. Just to show how it works. So let's come out of here. And you see there's a little picture of Pikachu down on the left-hand side next to me. Oh, and it's animated as well. Just opened his mouth. And we're going to go for a bit of a walk. And we're going to see if we can't get some Pikachu candy. And we've come to one of my favourite places to come catch Pokemon, really close to Pokemonday by the lakes. It's a great place to catch Magikarp and other water-based Pokemon, but they have other stuff here as well. We've done a couple of episodes here already, as you know, so I thought this is a good place to come. Let's do it. Well, I told you this place was good for water Pokemon, so we found ourselves a little Goldeen here. So let's bang this Goldeen into our collection. It's only a tiddly one, but I do like to catch these, so I'm going to use a Raspberry to catch it anyway. I've got a load of Pokeballs, so I'm not going to waste a Great Ball on it. That wasn't even a nice throw, Avomance. That's poor. Come on, sort yourself out. So that's an extra Goldeen to the collection. Thank you very much. Let's move on. I keep looking down to pat Pikachu on the head, and then I realise this is just a game and he's not actually here in real life. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me. So we found ourselves a little Poliwag here. It's only a tiddly one, but I do like these, so I'm going to try and catch this without the use of any kind of safety net or Raspberry device. That's more like it. A great throw. Thank you, Avomance. I knew you could do it. Crack on. There we go. Poliwag in the bag. We can start building towards that Poliwrath evolution now. Yet another Goldeen. It's a little tiddly one. I'm not even going to bother with a spin throw with this. We're just going to go straight at it. Oh well. Well, the fish actually ran off on land, which is interesting for a fish, with a puff of dust, which is also interesting for a fish. You would have thought that it would have probably been a bit dry, but never mind. That Goldeen is gone, but there's plenty more where that come from. And just as I say that, a little Staryu appears, but it's a big Staryu. We are going to Raspberry this fella, because this potentially could have a good IV, because he's got a decent CP, and it could become a really quite nice Starmie in the future. So let's get a Great Ball and see what it does. I'm going to spin ball this fella. And another great throw right on that little red dot on his head. Are you going to stay in the ball? Come on, Staryu, you know you want to. I'm very friendly. There we go. That is another Staryu. What's a Staryu? Staryu's a new Pokemon, obviously, in Gen 2. It's another Staryu in the bag that we are going to enjoy checking the IV of at a later date and possibly evolving that one up to a Starmie at a future time. And we have an egg hatching as a result of this walk. Pretty sure this is a 2k egg, so wouldn't it be awesome if this actually ended up being a Pikachu pop out? The fact that we are walking a Pikachu at the same time, that would be a massive coincidence, or any other starter Pokemon for that matter. Let's see what we get. So we are cracking. What are we going to be? Don't be a Weedle. Oh, it's even worse. It's a blooming rat. But it's okay, because if you see the episode that is coming along in a couple of weeks, you'll see why rats are actually really useful. So we'll take that rat, because it's kind of free in a 2k egg. Brilliant. Let's keep walking. And we have the favourite Pokemon that I like to catch around this lake. It is a Magikarp, flipping and flapping on that horrible pathway there. God bless him, look at him, it must be so uncomfortable. Right, so we are going to Raspberry this fella. Get that Raspberry on you, and it's 136 Magikarp, so it's not amazing, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to use a Great Ball, because I don't want to lose it. I really want the Magikarp candies. And it's another great throw. We are absolutely on point with our throws today. Great Ball, great throw, spin ball, and a Raspberry. You've got to be in the ball, right? Thank you, Magikarp. You are going towards my Gyarados of the future. Oh yes, very exciting. Now I've noticed as I've been walking that there is a little blue ring moving around Pikachu. Now I'm assuming that's a progress indicator, which is great. So let's have a quick look to see how far we've walked with him. By my reckoning, it looks around about 0.4 kilometres, something like that. And yes, it was exactly right. 0.4 kilometres walked with our Pikachu, and that's kind of 0.4 of the way round with that blue circle. So it gives you a good indication as to how far you have gone with your buddy. So that's quite handy. So you can finish that off, and if you want to change your buddy, you can do it just after you finish. Brilliant. It's another Staryu. We're going to catch you, my little mate. You might not have a face, but we still want you in our bag. So we're going to catch this great little Pokemon, add it to our collection, Just a nice throw. Hopefully that's enough for us to catch this fella, because we really want that Starmie evolution. We've not got it yet. It'll be an awesome Pokemon to add to our Pokédex. And there it is, it's in there. We are nearly there. I don't know how many candies we are off of that Starmie evolution. Let's have a quick look. We are 1 candy away from a Starmie evolution. Now, you could argue, Avomance, that's perfect. You can take your Staryu for a walk. And after 3 kilometres, pretty sure he was on the 3 kilometre list, you would have your Starmie evolution. And yes, I would. That is the beauty of this new system. I really like it, and I really encourage you to make the most of it. It's going to be a really good addition to the game. Anyway, let's crack on. We're nearly there with our Pikachu candy. You can see that the little blue ring apparel Pikachu now is almost completed. We've done 0.9 of our 1 kilometre, and that is going to put our Pikachu candy up from 10 Pikachu candies to 11. Very excited. Let's get this done. And there you have it. Pikachu found a candy. We have got our very first Pikachu candy as a result of walking on the buddy system. Our very first candy of any Pokemon type as a result of walking with the buddy system. Really exciting time. You can see Pikachu Circle has reset itself, and what a great way for us to catch some candies that we can use later on for some great and awesome evolutions. So let's have a look at Pikachu. And you can see there Pikachu buddied up with us because he's got his little 2 smiley face head things up on his curve, and we've got 11 Pikachu candies now, not just 10. Really exciting. Let's get ourselves back to Pokemon base and let's sum it up. So we are back at Pokemon base now, and what a great update. I'm actually really pleased. So just to sum it up, we have managed to get our first candy. It was a Pikachu candy because everybody wants to be Ash Ketchum for their first candy. I bet most of you watching are going to do the same thing, but make sure you use this update to its best effect. Take the Pokemon out that you just about need the odd 1 or 2 candies for, that you just can't find the extra Pokemon in the wild and they just won't hatch out of eggs. Use this system to get the extra candies, to get the evolutions, because it is just a perfect way to get those awesome Pokemon evolutions that you really need for your Pokédex that you haven't got yet. So I think I'm quite happy with that. All Niantic now have to do is to bring out these legendary Pokemons and to bring out the tracking system, and I'll be a happy Avo, and I reckon a lot of you will be a happy Avo too. Come on Niantic, come on game, you know you want to do it. If you enjoyed this, please do hit that like. Make sure you share it on social media. It would be great to get this right across the globe. Stick it on Twitter, stick it on Facebook, and if you haven't already, hit that sub button. Normal programming will resume as of Monday. Pokemondays are every single Monday, and maybe I'll even up the rate a little bit to get some of these new episodes out. And I will see you in the next video. You take it easy now. Bye.